got a problem?
Me? No. But you might have. With the new boss.
Oh, what new boss?
We just heard. The owners have given Ron Jackson a new assistant. Some hotshot from out of town. Young bloke. Just your type.
Oh, when can I meet?
I can do the honours right now.
What are you doing here?
Go on. Tell your old man who the new boss is. It's true, Dad. Remember when you brought him in here looking for a job?
Yeah.
You got work to do?
Since when did Ramberg own Southern Freight?
Some time, apparently. I only found out a few days ago.
Yeah, sure. You mean to tell me all the time you lived with Patricia?
She didn't know about it either. She was overseas when it happened.
There must be other jobs you can do down here.
Dad, I told them I didn't want to work in Southern Freight, but...
But what?
Well, they kind of said it was that or nothing. The boss in Sydney, he's had it in for me for a while. Maybe he did it on purpose, I don't know. Anyway, I've pretty well decided to chuck it in. Look around for something else.
No, don't be stupid. It's a good job. Stay with it. We've worked together before, haven't we?
Yeah. Wasn't quite the same, was it?
Come on, I'll show you your office. Then I better get back to work. Hey, tell me the new boss is a real slave driver.
Well, I thought you'd like to see it. She did it herself.
She's very talented. How is she enjoying Hawaii?
See for yourself. There's a message for you.
Oh. You know, you should get that framed.
When I can find the time.
I'm going down to the shops this morning. You want me to drop it into the picture framers?
Would you? Oh, Lindy'd be tickled pink.
You want some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. Look, I really must be going.
Thanks for arranging the transfer for John.
Oh, all I did was send his details down to our Melbourne manager. I left it up to him to find a suitable position for him. You know, John's being transferred to Melbourne could be the best thing that's ever happened as far as you and I are concerned.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, being away from you for a while will give him a chance to come to terms with our relationship.
You don't know John once he's made up his mind. Hadn't you better be getting to work?
Beryl, don't you think it's time you moved into a place of your own?
When I can afford it. Fiona doesn't seem to mind me staying here, though.
Well, she may not, but I do. Look, I want us to spend some real time together, just the two of us. I could help with the cost.
No, thank you. I've got to make my own way. I can't go from being dependent on David to being the same with you.
Sure.
Hal, it shouldn't be much longer. I'm saving the pennies.
Oh, good. Rosie said you'd be in here. Something I can do for you? A favour. These are the papers on the deal Hal wants to put through.
You'd like me to look through them?
If you wouldn't mind. It seems to me there are a few details missing. Though I'm no expert. And I'd like to be clear on it before we put it to the vote.
Always a good idea. I hear Fiona feels the same way.
What about? Just a board matter.
Oh, sorry I asked. I thought employees were supposed to take an interest in the company.
Only when it directly concerns them.
Reckon now I'm in the accounts department, I shouldn't know too much. I'm sure Hal knew what he was doing when he put you there. I'm sure he did. Thought I was getting on to him, that's why. You were demoted for one reason, Wayne, because you couldn't handle your work. Don't forget Woombye. It was your big mouth that caused us to lose that. It's a bit unfair. But it's true. I'm sorry about that. You've been trying to play with that old thing, have you?
Yeah?
You find an aluminium one easier. You can borrow mine next time you play.
No, thanks.
You may as well have it. It's no use to me anymore.
Doesn't he play tennis?
Used to. Till he had an accident a while back. Can't play any sport now.
How'd it happen?
Had a row with his dad. Got drunk and smashed himself up in his car. Never could handle drink very well. Turns into a different person. Yes. Like the other night.
There you go.
Thanks.
Pleasure.
I mean, it might be hard, but then it could do you both good.
You think so?
Well, if you both approach it the right way.
And what way is that?
Another cup, Dad?
Oh, yeah, thanks, Susie.
With a sense of humour. I mean, it is pretty funny, John being your boss.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I might take this outside and get a bit of sun on the old bone.
Good idea. You're not making it any easier on him. He feels bad enough about having to work under John as it is.
Oh, that's silly.
Angela, it's not silly. Apart from John being his son, Dad's worked with the company for years. Suddenly he's having to take orders from someone years younger than him.
They'll get on all right. They did fine at Woombye.
Dad was the boss. The worst thing is they're both so stubborn. The first time they don't agree on something won't be funny.
Angie, you there? G'day, mate. What are you doing home?
I live here.
Looking for a bit of sisterly advice.
I'm no use to you then. What's up?
The Melbourne manager's put me in at Southern Freight. Over Dad.
Oh, must be causing a few problems.
Think it might. Were you a crook or something?
No. Bloke needs an afternoon off every now and again. If you must know, I'd rather not talk about it with you.
I thought we were mates.
We are, but it's Patricia. I don't want her knowing my business.
I'm not going to tell anyone if you don't want me to. So, what's the problem?
It's the yard. And they're a pack of crooks. It's this bloke in there yesterday, right? Battler, family man, you know. Well, I knew the car he wanted wouldn't get him through the week.
And you told him?
Well, not in so many words, but I managed to drop a few hints, put him off. Well, we get back to the yard and the boss talks him into buying. Of course, he's on his way to work today and the damn thing breaks down. He's back screaming blue murder.
Don't blame him, but it's not your fault.
Yeah, the boss sends me home in case I give too much away to the bloke.
Maybe you should be looking around for something else.
Oh, I am, mate. Don't you worry. Trouble is, I can't afford to take a drop in pay.
I'll let you know if I hear of anything.
Thanks. Not a word of this to Angie, okay?
Promise.
In my opinion, it'd be suicide for Rambo to go anywhere near it. I did a lot of phoning around. Fortunately, one of my contacts came up with some detailed information on Berry.
Seems to be more than Hal could do.
Oh, he covered his tracks well. But there have been some very shady deals. Funds disappearing and other sort of thing.
Well, thanks for all your help. I can't say I'm looking forward to going against Hal again.
Well, once he sees the facts, he shouldn't have any problems. Oh, it might be an idea to pass the information on to Fiona.
I'll do that. Thought you would have been leaving that for Rosie with Mrs. Hamilton gone.
She's been busy. I didn't mind pitching you. Any excuse to get away from that typewriter. Clackety-clack, clack. Talk about boring.
I thought you had your heart set on being a super secretary.
Like Di. Sure, but it takes so long to get there. I'd love to have a job like yours, in charge of everything.
It's not quite how it looks. How would you like to have to make decisions that were going to upset people you liked?
I wouldn't much.
Well, that's what I've got to go and do now. Consider yourself lucky.
Well, that puts it in an entirely different light.
Gordon thought you should know.
Oh, really? I was going to vote with Hal, but I mean, he usually knows what he's doing.
Not this time.
Tell Gordon thank you.
Everybody here?
I think so. Could I have a quick word with you before we get started?
As long as it is quick.
I used the postponement to do a bit of checking on the man putting the deal through.
Well, Berry's as sound as a bell.
It's all in there, Hal.
Do you think I wouldn't have done a thorough investigation into the man?
Of course not, but he has covered his tracks rather well.
Well, if you want to vote against me, go ahead.
Afraid I will be.
Well, we'll see how much influence you have with the board. I think you'll find that a track record does have some bearing as far as business is concerned.
That should settle in for a while. Finished?
Yep. John will be along any minute to pick it up.
How about some afternoon tea then?
Only if I can make it. Me and that little fella's had you on the run all day.
Yeah. G'day.
Hey, in time for smoko.
Hope that would be. How's it going, Susie?
Oh, can't complain. Babysitting beats working any day.
Reports are on the table there.
Oh, great.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Nothing's all right.
Come on. What's wrong?
Oh, it's just that I know Ron Jackson wanted monthly figures.
We've always done them weekly.
My fault. I should have told you. I'll fix it when I get to work.
Don't worry, I'll do it again. You'll get it in plenty of time.
Sorry, Dad. I'm not trying to give you a hard time or anything.
Yeah, I know that, son.
Hello, Beryl Palmer.
Hello, Mum. It's me.
Hello, Susie love, how are you?
Oh, you know, coping.
Only coping.
There's going to be trouble, Mum. I don't know how to handle it.
Trouble?
It's John's new job. Did you know they'd put him in as Dad's boss?
Oh, no. I can just imagine what's happening.
John's really trying to keep the peace, but you know what they're like.
Poor David. It really hurt him.
Oh, I don't know how to handle him.
Try and make him see that his job is just as important as John's.
Great, but how?
Well, I always try and make him see the funny side of, you know, get him to laugh. You'll sort it out, love. Just do the best you can.
I'll try. If only they weren't so damned alike.
You'll manage.
I miss you, Mum.
Oh, I miss you too, love. I wish I could be more helpful.
Never mind. Just talking to you helps.
Ring if you need to.
I will. Take care of yourself.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
I've got a minute. Hang on, I just wanted your opinion.
I'm busy for the rest of the day. See my secretary.
Don't tell me the vote went against.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it did.
Oh, what a pity.
I must say, it really galled me to have to admit that Patricia was right.
First time you've ever agreed.
Yeah. You can bet your boots she only opposed it to spite Hal.
The strange thing is the way he reacted when I gave him these notes from Gordon.
Oh?
He just didn't want to know.
It doesn't sound like Hal. I mean, I don't particularly care for the man, but to give him his due, he's always looked at things from all sides.
Well, that's what I thought. But he acted as though I was having a go at him, personally.
I wonder why I'd do that.
You tell me.
You said there was no way they'd vote against you.
I was wrong. The point is, I need your reassurance that the deal's going to come through.
Hal.
I've been hearing some pretty disturbing rumors about you.
You know how easy it is to make enemies.
I don't like it, Barry.
There's nothing to worry about.
You hurry up and push that deal through. I've got to replace the company funds.
We can discuss it in detail tonight. Don't worry, the investment's safe.
It better be.
Silly girl. You agree with me, don't you?
I'm keeping out of it.
I'm not going to wear a dress.
Did you ever hear of anything so silly?
What's wrong with wearing a dress?
I've never worn one in my life, and I'm not about to start now.
Well, not much of a reason.
That's what I said. You can't go to church looking like that, can she?
I'd feel stupid in a church. Wouldn't know what to do.
All you have to do is watch me.
I'm not going.
How about a deal? You let Rosie make you the dress for church, then when I take you out to dinner, you can wear it.
You wouldn't take me out.
Not in jeans, no. A deal?
Yeah, all right.
Well, thank heavens for that. Come on, we'll start looking for a pattern.
Fix you one? No, thanks. How did it go? A majority vote against the proposal. Fiona asked me to pass on her thanks. She followed your advice.
I'm glad to hear it.
Said to let you know she owes you a favour.
I'd say it's me who owes her.
Hello? Well, what's all this in aid of? Need I ask?
I hope you don't mind, but as you were going out, I thought I'd ask Hal over for a meal.
No, Silly, of course not.
Do you mean that?
Scout's honour. But there is something you should know, though.
Oh?
I voted against Hal at the meeting today. Well, it was on an issue that seemed very important to him, but I had to. It had nothing whatsoever to do with the way I feel about you seeing him.
I know you better than that.
I just hate you to think I did it for that reason.
I know you're concerned about me. To tell you the truth, I'm concerned about myself.
Oh?
I had a call from Susie today. David and John are having hassles.
Oh. They didn't waste much time, did they?
John's been put in as David's boss.
Oh, Lord.
I felt so sorry for David. I just couldn't help myself, and I started to talk about how I'd smooth things over as if...
As if you were still there, huh?
I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but... Oh, Fiona, I'm just so confused. David, Hal, I don't know what to do.
You're going to have to make up your mind sooner or later, my girl.
Oh, and now Hal's at me to get a place of my own. He's even offered to help with the cost. And there's no need to look at me like that.
I wasn't looking like anything.
I said no, of course. Do you think you could put up with me for a while longer?
What do you think?
I'm going to have to quit. That's all there is to it.
Don't you think that'll just make it worse?
Well, I don't know. I can't handle it. Neither can Dad.
Beryl would be able to sort it out.
Yeah, well, she's not here, is she?
Well, what about Mother?
What on earth could she do?
Well, she's always been able to get through to David, and she cares enough about both of you to want to help.
It's worth a try.
Thought she was better at splitting people up.
Oh, that's not fair.
Sorry, but...
Look, it was Mummy who got David and John together for the first time ever, wasn't it?
There's no reason why she can't do it again.
Suit yourselves.
No, thanks, mate. Think she'd mind getting involved?
Don't be crazy, of course not. She'd want to help.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Don't take any notice of him, he's just biased.
I guess so. How do we go about it?
Ask her.
What about this one?
The skirt's a bit funny.
Hard to see with some of these pictures.
I think I'd like something clingy, you know?
Not if I'm making it. What about this one? Look real nice on you.
Oh, it looks like a school uniform.
I suppose you'll be wanting something to eat.
No, thanks, Rosie. I had a steak sandwich on the way home.
Well, if you don't care what you eat.
What are you doing?
I'm making a dress for Gail, if you must know.
Give me a look. Oh, I agree. You don't want anything that reminds you of school.
You mean we agree on something?
If you think you had it rough, you should try boarding school.
I always thought boarding school would be great.
Remember? Used to feel like I was getting out of jail when I came home for holidays.
Bawl his eyes out when you had to go back again.
I'm making coffee. Any takers?
If you're making one.
Yeah, thanks. How come he went to boarding school if he hated it? I thought he was spoilt.
He was, in some ways. Oh, he had toys and then cars and a yacht. His father always put Angela first.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I did what I could. But Patricia always interfered. She did her best to make him just like her. They saw him as a nuisance most of the time. All he needed was a bit of love.
That's all I wanted.
Well, didn't think you were coming.
I'm sorry, I should have phoned. I've had a car of a day.
Thank you. Didn't have to.
I was late getting away from the office, and then I had to stop and see a fellow on the way over. Glasses?
You should have just called and said you couldn't make it.
And missed out on an evening with you.
I'll put these in water. I cooked a roast. Silly of me, I know. I hate to think what it's like now. I did turn it down, but I may have left it a little late.
It can be burnt to a crisp for all I care.
Don't speak too soon. It probably is.
I didn't come for the food.
Speak for yourself. I'm starving.
I really do need you, Beryl.
Like a loaf of bread, the way he's grabbed those shoulders. Well, another vote takes place at Ramberg's, and still we're waiting patiently to see those board members in action. And we're waiting in particular for a character called Cliff Howard, and then I'll play the interview I did with him. So it's all going downhill for Hal at the moment, and Sarah Francis has a limerick for him. There was a director called Hal who thought Patricia was a pal. Then he increased the peril when he took up with Beryl. He should have kept Di as his gal. And a quick response email from Guy to John's new job. When John worked in trucking before, he had barely a foot through the door. When he upset his dad with behaviour so bad, now he's boss. This could be war. Very good, Guy. There's stuff on our 5-text page, which is number 444, and I'd love to hear a limerick from you about your most or least favourite character. Stay sad and see you tomorrow at 1:30.